Hurricane Milton is about 24 to 36 hours away from hitting right here. And I'm out here and I wanted to get this message out to you because I think it's important. So I'm out here cleaning up, getting our pool fence away, getting all the things that could be projectiles away. And I'm sitting here in my thoughts and something hit me. It really dawned on me that the systems and stuff that we have prepared to navigate these storms that hit inevitably these coastal towns that I live in and that many people live in is very similar in a couple different ways to business and to how businesses actually survive, and not just survive but thrive and grow. Now, not at the risk of sounding too like cheesy here or cliche, many businesses will face these inevitable storms, these adversities, these obstacles where you might go through seasons where shit is literally being thrown at you and you're just like, damn, like, is this for me? And unfortunately, many businesses don't survive past their first freaking birthday, and many others that do survive don't make it past their third, fourth, fifth birthdays. And so I want to share with you a little bit of what's helped me be able to navigate the storms in business. I don't know if you care too much about like me explaining how I'm preparing for a hurricane. Maybe I could throw some stuff in there, but how to navigate the storms of business. And then twofold, how to be able to set up systems in your business so that when things do happen, like hurricanes, where I might not be able to work for the next handful of days, systems that still have our business humming along to where I know our business will still be able to make money. It'll still generate revenue and we'll still be able to serve people because of the systems that we have set up. So this will be a little bit twofold. And my arm hurts. I'm trying to hold this camera up after like literally moving so much stuff out of our backyard into our house. So we'll make this work. So number one, let's go ahead and start with setting up the right systems in your business so that if you want to take a vacation, it doesn't have to be something like a hurricane or a disaster or something like that, but anything. You can like literally just go on vacation, right? You want to make sure that you have certain systems set up. Like, for example, do you have a lead generation system set up in your business to where you will generate leads on autopilot, where whether it's through an organic means, like you having a virtual assistant inside of Facebook groups or something like that, or if it's maybe a little bit more collaborative, where you've done podcasts multiple times, maybe you're doing 2 podcasts a week, a handful of podcasts a month, and you have all of the listeners being directed to a lead magnet and being opting in for your email list or something like that. For some people it might be ads. No matter what, there's multiple ways to do it, but setting up a system to where you're generating leads all of the time is so freaking important. It's going to help you sleep better at night knowing that you have a predictable way to get new eyeballs coming into your world. And then there's a lead nurture system. Do you have a way to constantly get the people that are coming into your world to be able to raise their hand or opt in for things and to be able to nurture them, which nurture stands for to care for and encourage the development of? Do you have a way to do that? So important, right? So for some of y'all, maybe it's content. Maybe you have a content cadence that you're following, similar to maybe like I teach and I've explained many times here on this channel. But a way that you can do it in not just do it, but like, because that still keeps you kind of chained to your computer if you're the one having the post. But for example, I wrote about 5-6 emails for the remainder of this week that will also go out as posts. And my rock star virtual assistant, he's going to be able to publish them for me. So it doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing, they will still be published and they were written by me in advance, right? And so having a way to be able to systematically create that content, be able to distribute that content, even if it's not you doing it, right? Having to be the one that's pushing the buttons. And then of course there's other means where you can nurture leads, right? You can have strategic trainings that can be going out. You can have mini video sales letters or strategic webinars that are just there, right? So you could send out an email, the PS could be sending them to a strategic training or to a YouTube channel like this, right? Where people, no matter if I am present or not, you can go and consume my videos and hopefully get a lot of value without me actually having to do it, because I've been able to set up the system to where I'm putting out great content for people, and I've done it in a way where it's systematic now, right? You can go scroll through 5, 6, 7, 8 of my videos, and again, hopefully find a lot of value. And therefore, I'm building a relationship with you, and I'm encouraging the growth and development of you. And so it's a very powerful thing that you can do in your business as well. And of course, there's many other means to doing it, right? Lead nurture to me is like having a way to systematically get content out on your social media platforms like Facebook or Instagram, being able to repurpose those things to email, being able to create long form content like this in video, being able to have those strategic trainings that you could send people to consume very in-depth kind of how-to based content. And then of course, after lead nurture, there is your conversion system. You have a conversion system in place to where you're not having to necessarily be chained to sales calls. This is a big one, especially for me right now. I don't often take sales calls. Rare, like here and there, I might take what I would call more of a strategy session, or people sometimes will pay me to get onto a call. And that could be a conversion process, but a lot of times it's me just actually helping people, and I don't position it as a sales call, but that's neither here nor there. That's kind of bracing along the lines of like old school tactics versus new school tactics. I think new school conversion mechanisms, at least how we do it, is being able to have a monthly workshop, right? To where you can plan a workshop or a masterclass or whatever you want to call it once a month. Some people like to do it twice a month, and you could be able to serve people. And I call it value first conversion, because you are literally helping give value first. There's no of these unethical marketing or sales tactics. It's you just being like, hey, I'm going to help you solve a specific problem. And then you offer people the next step. And there's going to be a percentage of people that are like, cool, thank you for helping me solve that problem. Really love you. I'm not ready for mentorship or coaching yet. And that's cool. And then there's going to be a percentage of people that are like, love you. You helped me solve a problem. I am interested in getting further mentorship and coaching so I can solve the bigger problem that I have. Does that make sense? So having a way to be able to convert people systematically, and I like to do it through workshops and masterclasses and things where it's more one-to-many, so it doesn't have to keep you chained to sales calls all of the time, right? Some people like to close in the DMs, and there's multiple ways, but really having that conversion system in place is absolutely key. And then lastly, or not really lastly, I would say the last two will kind of bundle into one here, is being able to have a way to systematically deliver, right? And so if delivery is solely reliant on you having to show up and kind of be that dancing monkey, if you will, then no matter if there's a natural disaster or if there is a vacation or anything, it just could be your regular life. That kind of sucks. Like, I've been there, I've done that, and it's a surefire way to burn out fast if that's what you're going through right now. So you want to have a systematic way to where you could deliver to your clients. Now, not all of it can be automated or systematic, and I don't think it should. I don't feel like, at least in the coaching space, that's like, I don't really feel like people find that valuable. So you can't automate it all, and that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is a systematic way. And so, for example, do you have a community where you're bringing your clients into? Now, some of y'all maybe have a smaller client base and you don't necessarily need a community, but I still recommend having one, because it's going to help you, because you can have help, right? You can have a virtual assistant. You can have people that are still serving your clients. You could teach people how to serve if you have a community versus solely just one-to-one. Now, still providing that one-to-one service. Like, so for example, we'll have calls. I have a one-to-one mentorship offer to where I will get onto calls with people usually every 2 weeks, where I help them one-to-one map out their game plan for the next couple weeks and answer any questions that they have. We're kind of going over high-level strategy. So that way it's very personalized and tailored to them. And then they can run off with it. And then they can ask questions to me in the community, or some of my clients have Slack access to me to where they can ask questions there. And that's cool, right? And then, of course, being able to create modules and trainings around commonly asked things. So if there's a thing that somebody's always asking you, so say you're a fitness coach or a nutrition coach, and somebody's asking the same questions about a fitness routine, or about a workout progression, or about a nutrition thing, right? In my case, people are going to ask the same questions around offers, around messaging, around content strategy. So it's easy to create modules around that so people can go learn the strategy. So you're not having to constantly teach the same thing over and over again. You could teach it once, they can learn it, and then you could give them personalized attention. You see what I'm saying? You can help make sure that they're molding it for them, whatever it may be. And so there's having that delivery system in place as well. And of course, we can leverage tools and technology like email, and there's so many different apps out right now. For community, we personally right now, we've been using Stool for a while, but there's so many other things that you could do to leverage community as well. And then of course there's like retention. You want to be able to set up retention to where you're not having to try to remember to when people's programs are up. I've been there too. You want to be able to have a system in place to where you just have either you or a team member that gets a notification, and that you are nurturing that relationship, and that you are being able to ascend people in the direction they want to go. So many times clients come in, they maybe say they want to lose 20 pounds, right? But that's not all they want. And if that's all the only problem that you're helping them solve, chances are you could probably go way deeper with people, right? So for example, when people come when I was doing fitness, when they were coming to my fitness program, they wanted to lose like 20, 25, 30 pounds of belly fat. That was like their primary kind of external pain point. But I knew deep down they really wanted to be that parent that was like a superhero for their kids. They didn't want their kids looking up at all these Hollywood actors and actresses and these people as role models. They wanted to be the role models. And I knew that deep down inside. And so I created an ascension path for them to where I could show them how I was doing it, and how I can give them the support and the guidance to not just lose 20 pounds, but to truly become that role model, that superhero for their kids. You see what I'm saying? Right? In my program now, I know that most people come to me, they're like, man, I want to make, consistent 10K, 15K, 20K, 30K, whatever it may be a month. And that's fine and dandy. But I know that the money isn't everything. Like, I know I've made the money, and there's still so much more that I aspire to. And so the more I grow aspirationally and just physically, mentally, spiritually, I know that like other people want that same thing. And so I'm able to create this path beyond just the, outcome of 20K or 30K per month. And I'm able to create this path that I call becoming in demand. And it's really developing the mindset. It's developing the ability to communicate your message in a powerful way, to learn the money-making skills so that you always have predictable revenue coming in, so that you could take care of your family, so you can have the financial freedom long-term, right? And so it's creating that path for people. And that's where it becomes important to have just a retention system, a way, a method, so that you could show the clients the path, right? So hopefully that makes sense. There's obviously a bit more to it, but I'm hoping that this has been super valuable. The last thing I'll say is this, right? Kind of piggyback off of everything. I talked at the beginning of this video of like, we have a system to where we're preparing for this hurricane, right? We have our generators, we have all of these different things. We're cleaning up, we're doing everything that we can to make sure that our home stays intact, we're doing everything that we can to stay safe. And if you think about our businesses, right? What can you do now when things are hopefully calm for you? What can you do now to prepare for the inevitable storm, the inevitable things that maybe life will throw at you? And this could look different for different people, but the system stuff out of the way. Definitely want to build the systems with or without any kind of adversity or storms, because it's going to help you weather anything. But if you think about it, I feel like mental preparation has a lot to do with this. When you are mentally prepared and you know that you have the right systems in place and that you have the right resources, like you've spent the time now when things are calm developing the skills, right? The worst time to try to develop a skill is when your money is bleeding from your business and you're going into the red and you're stressed out. Right? That's not a great time for you to be like, I'm going to go learn copywriting, because you're probably stressed out and you need to so when things are calm is when you really want to start focusing on what skills would take me to the next level. What partnerships or people should I connect with that might be advantageous for both parties, right? What resources can I build in my business today, right? Like the worst time to build, say, a mini video sales letter, right? Which is a very short, punchy video that essentially nurtures and does a lot of the selling for you. You don't want to do that video when you're stressed the heck out, right? Because people will feel that. You want to create a resource like that, or like a lead magnet or something, when things are calm, right? So skills, resources, people, partnerships. Start thinking about that now. Like, what are some of these things that the skills you could develop, resources that you can build in your business, people that you can partner with or just connect with, so that if things do get rough, because they inevitably will, right? I don't know if you can hear the ambulances and fire trucks already going by. People get crazy, dude. When there's a storm, it's crazy, man. Floridians be nuts. But what things can you get in place now, so if things do inevitably, hit the fan, like they likely will in every business, that you are prepared, right? Systems, skills, resources, people. So something to think about. If you have any questions for me, let me know. I hope you found this video helpful. Didn't have a script or anything, just was out here cleaning my backyard, and I was like, I'm gonna shoot a freaking video right now. So again, hope this is helpful. If you found this helpful, please click subscribe, so you don't miss out on any videos that come on this channel, come your way. And as always, remember, your message, your story matter. Don't be afraid to speak it. As always, don't be afraid to be seen, to be heard, and to be impactful.